What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. One time for the one time. Your boy CJ Goodfella. Y'all know what the business is, man. I'm grinding. Don't forget to check the description. Always, I'm gonna link this article in the description. Look like Jessie Vargas then found him an opponent. It's rumored that Vargas may take on Thomas Dulorme, recently released from Mayweather Promotions. Dulorme got whooped on by Vargas and was driving Uber with Mayweather Promotions. Because he wasn't getting enough money in the fights that he wanted. He was dropped from some promotional company after he got whooped on by Terrence Crawford. At one point, Dulorme was supposed to be, I think he Dominican, was supposed to be one of the baddest jokers on the planet. And Carlos Abregu knocked him out. And we know Carlos Abregu from families to get knocked out by Saddam Ali. So he squeezed back down to 140, Dulorme. And now Jessie Vargas is living his best life. You know, on the zone, he living his best life. And he went over to the zone, didn't even know it was called the zone, called it the DAZN. And he called out Mikey Garcia yesterday. We did a video talking about how he called out Mikey Garcia, saying that Mikey come over to the zone. And we know Eddie Hearn was supposed to meet with Mikey Garcia one more time for the one time after he beat Robert Jr. But it sounded like Mikey wanted to go over and fight Errol Spence or possibly Manny Pacquiao. They're trying to entice him to do that, but he still got his mind fighting on wanting to fight Errol Spence. And at this point, he got to fight Earl because he didn't call Earl's name out so much that, you know, at this point, nobody will take anything else. The only reason I would spare him is if he fight Lomachenko. But you know the business and Lomachenko shoulder is holding that back. So Vargas is gonna be fighting October 6th. It sounds like, according to this Boxing Scene article. Chicago, the Zone, also rumored to be on that card as a possible. Demetrius Andrade taking on Billy Joe Saunders for WBO middleweight title shot, man. So that's rumored to be on there because they couldn't find a venue on the East Coast for Demetrius Andrade and Billy Joe to fight on. You know, they couldn't even get Danny Jacobson to the Madison Square Garden or the Barclays Center, for what I understand. Well, at least the Madison Square Garden. They the base was booked. So Danny Garcia, who's on HBO, is fighting Sergey Derevchenko. They're gonna fight at the Nassau Coliseum where Andre Berto and Devin Alexander fighting tonight. And I see my homie Blue Blood Sports, man. Salute to that guy, man. Blue Blood Sports is a real trill dude. I'm outside of the Deontay Wilder thing, man. He just real thorough dude, man. Seemed real good, calm guy. Much respect for what he doing out here, man. Like I told him yesterday, he a powerhouse out here, in my opinion. He's a powerhouse, man. Asking the real questions, the hard questions. So shout out to him. So I seen he got some footage. He had to fight right now. That's in Long Island, New York. Danny from Brooklyn. He couldn't sell out Brooklyn. Well, he already fought there before versus Louis area, so I'm not sure about the attendance on that. But yeah, it seems like Eddie Hearn is getting blackballed out of the market. Also, people thought, and we thought, that he might possibly put Billy Joe Saunders, Demetrius Andrade in Los Angeles, which wasn't going to do well. But that was never his intention. To do it October 20th, he got a Los Angeles card supposed to be out there, so we'll see what happens with that card. But the big card for Eddie is November. And he's trying to get Wilder to do that, but Wilder said, you know, he gonna fight Fury. He ain't taking Eddie Murphy. He ain't taking Eddie money. So, yeah. So you got one fight that might be getting confirmed, and that's Vargas versus Thomas Dulorme. Also on that card, Arthur Beterbiev taking on Callum Johnson, which is a complete mismatch. I haven't seen Callum Johnson fight before, and I understand it's a complete mismatch. So, yeah, man. So Billy Joe and Demetrius Andrade can say that card, but also that same night, Conor McGregor is making his return to the UFC to defend his belt versus Khabib. So that's gonna be in Las Vegas pay-per-view. So they're gonna have big competition. And could Eddie move off that day? It's possible he could move off that day, but the issue with moving off that day for Eddie is that he can't get a venue nowhere else. You know, they blackballed him out the market, look like, or he ain't got enough money to get the venues that he want to get. So Chicago, that's huge for the Midwest. I might pop up on that one. Go to Chicago and check the zone out and support fighting in the Midwest, big fights in the Midwest, because New York, Texas, Vegas, and California get all the big fights, and sometimes D.C. I think places like Philly, I think places like South Florida deserve some fights with the Cuban fighters. I think Detroit deserves some big fights. Ohio deserves some big fights. That's like the greatest area for boxing in the world, the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Gerald McClellan, Floyd Mayweather, Tommy Hearns, Aaron Pryor. I mean, even now, Adrian Broner, Robert Easter Jr., Rasheed Warren is a fighter out of there. I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Louis, Tommy Hearns. I mean, the list goes on and on with great fighters come out the Midwest. And I think they should, Clarissa Shields, I gotta say my sister right there. the real brothers. I mean, they gotta put boxing back where it's supposed to be at in the Midwest, and that's why I'm supporting it, man. Going to Chicago, checking it out. Not a huge UFC guy, but I'll check it out to see McGregor return. All right. But y'all know what the business is. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I want y'all brothers to go to shopfightfan.com. I'm about to cop 3 or 4 of them hoes pretty soon from Black Fight Fan, man. He got the nice shirts. He got the Living My Best Life shirts with the bunnies on there, the Trill Boxing shirts. He got the Anthony Johnson shirts. So go to shopfightfan.com. Check out Black Fight Fan, what he got going over there, man. Real Trill brother, man, and we're gonna support that brother in his venture and get him to that next upper echelon level. Also support my brother the Cali Enigma. I'm gonna link his channel in the description. We got a podcast together, Raw and Uncut, featuring myself and him, a triple rated R, man. Hopefully everybody check it out, man. It's a great podcast, a lot of great feedback. You go to Castbox, the link in the description is the first link. Go over there. It's either gonna take you to the app on your phone or the web browser, whichever one you go to. The app is totally free, and it gives you a lot of good audio books and stuff of that nature. Go over there, sign up with your Facebook or Google account. It's that easy. Click of the button. Check us out. We got 11 raw and uncut episodes featuring me and Cali, man. It's real heat. Also, we on S1210 College Sports Most Wanted for your college football and basketball needs and a little bit of high school. So click that link. Take you straight to our YouTube channels. Me, Cali, and Colossal Sports TV. Doing it big. And also Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All that's in there. You want to know where I get my instrumentals from? That's in there as well. Credited. Also, every time you see me break a story, I'm going to put the link in there. Or a rumor, if I got a link for the rumor, I'm going to put the link in there. But always for breaking news, it'll always be a source. Basketball, NFL, football, whatever I might be talking about. That link going to be in the description. I always source and get credit my sources. So, y'all know what the business is. Shout out to the whole Lions Den box community. Y'all know we out.